Hi guys, trust we are good. You are welcome back to my YouTube channel. Trust we are good. I appreciate you for checking this particular video. Yeah, this particular video is the application of what we have previously learned. Once again, I am Dr. Green from Dr. Green Global. Um, this particular question is concerns with what we have already learned in our previous video. Perhaps if you are just watching this video, you can just check the video that I have dropped on this particular YouTube channel before. Uh, so this particular question is the application of the break-even point. I mean, break-even analysis that you have already learned. Don't forget what we called the break-even analysis. And break-even point is the point at which the farmer is not making profit or loss. It is the point that the cost of which cost of production is equals to the revenue generated from producing that produce. When the cost is equals to the expected revenue, when the cost of production is equals to the expected revenue, we can say that the farmers or the producers of a particular product as break even. So here is a particular question that we are asked to solve, and I've already told us that it is the application of the break even analysis. And before I solve this particular question, can you just try this question and check? Let me read the questions out. Assume that a firm can sell as many units of its product as it can manufacture in a month at $18 each. Stop. It has to pay out $240 fixed cost plus a marginal cost of $14 for each unit of the produce. How much does it need to produce to break even? Now, before you can answer this particular question, you must know what it means. What's the meaning of break even? And I've already told us that in our previous video, I've already explained it succinctly that break even means the point or the price, break even price or break even yield or break even point is the point at which on the graph the cost of producing a product is equals to the revenue generated from selling out the produce. So break-even price shows the price at which a product must be sold so as to obtain the revenue. It shows the price at which a product must be sold so as to generate the revenue without the producer incurring any loss or profit or making any profit. And break-even yield is the yield that must be produced, the yield of the produce that must be produced before the amount of yield that must be produced for the farmers to break even. So now we are asked to solve this particular question that what is the quantity. So I want to tell you something. The break-even price of a produce is closely related to the break-even yield. In this particular question, they have given us prices. They gave us the selling price of each particular produce in a month. They gave us the fixed cost incurred in producing that cost and the marginal cost for each of the produce that the farm produce. So have you seen that the prices of a produce is closely related to the quantity of the produce? So when we are talking about break-even analysis, we are actually talking about the yield and price of the produce. So this particular question, I'm going to solve in it. Assume that a firm can sell as many units of its produce as it can manufacture in a month at $18. $18 each. I will say let the quantity produced be y. Let the quantity produced be y. So in a month, the farmer is able to sell, it can manufacture in a month at $18. It will be able to sell each each y, each quantity that is able to produce in a month at $18. So the selling price is equals to 18y. That's the selling price of the produce, of each of the produce. So if the farmer is able to the selling price of each produce is 18. So let me put 18 rather, 18. So the selling price of the produce is 18. So if let's assume that the company produce 20 units of the produce in a month. So the revenue generated will be $18 multiplied by the number of units produced by that particular month. That is the revenue that the farm will be generating. So revenue for this, since I've already let the quantity of the produce be y, revenue generated, which is also the same as income. Don't forget, 18 multiplied by y, 18 multiplied by y, which is what? This is the revenue generated. And the second statement now say it has to pay out fixed $240 fixed cost plus a marginal cost of $14 for each unit of the produce. Now it has to the firm has to pay out $240 fixed cost. So we can say that that is the expenses, because the expenses made is the money that is spent out during the course of the production. Don't forget what our break even is. We are looking for our break even. So the expenses, it has to pay our fixed cost. Let me put it. Expenses, fixed cost of $240 and marginal cost of $14 each. $14 of y. Let me put it like that. So expenses, we have after revenue generated is $18 y, which is income. The expenses made is fixed cost, which is $240. This is the $240 fixed cost plus the FC expenses will now be equals to the expenses made equals to $240 plus that is the expenses made. Now don't forget what I called our break even. The farm will be able to break even if the revenue generated from producing the produce is equals to the cost of producing that product, and the cost of producing this product in our question is the expenses made from as a result of the production of the produce. So we are going to be equating our revenue generated, which is 18y. We are going to be equating it to the expenses made, which is what $240 plus $14 y. So let's do that. Break even. To get the break even yield, we are going to $18 $18 y is equals to $18 y is equals to 240 plus 14y. So we are going to collect like times yy. We have 18y minus 14 is equals to 240. 18 minus 14, we are having is equals to 240. So to get our y, we divide both sides by $4. So y is equals to 240 all over 4. Dollar with dollar. So the dollar we cancel dollar, we are going to be having y is equals to 60. So y equals to 60 units. So since we say that the quantity, let the quantity produced be y, so the quantity that the firm needs to produce in order to break even by selling at this particular cost at, by selling at this particular price, each by selling each unit at this particular price is 60 units. The farm has to produce 60 units of its produce. Thank you guys, thank you for watching. Thank you very much. Have a splendid day. Bye.